Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2 of this second semifinal in the TLS Qualifier number 5. We have SJ.Napoleon versus Reps Dewalt with Napoleon leading 1-0.
Yes, we do indeed, and more games like that, please, guys. That was absolutely superb stuff. I don't know if we can quite call it a comeback from Napoleon, but he was certainly in a rough position during that first push from Dewalt. But Dewalt was just a little bit careless throughout the game, but however, really kept his multitasking on top of things pretty well. I mean, he showed a pretty impressive level of play right there, but Napoleon was looking damn good from start to finish. So yeah, I'm super excited for this next game, and possibly for the one after that. Who knows?
I hope we get another game.
Yeah, me too.
Although in this case, you know, it's funny because we're kind of in the same situation as last series with G5 versus Zergboy, with the Protoss being down 0-1 and then the second map being somewhat Zerg favored in this matchup. So, you know, once again, I'm going to say, oh, it's going to be tough for Dewalt. But hey, G5 did it, so Dewalt, you can do it.
Just got to think smart, Dewalt.
Got to think smart. Do a 4-gate 2 Archon push. Do it.
Yes, do it. make us all happy. Seeing that twice in a day, that would give me a banana smile.
All right, so without any further ado, let us go into game number 2. Alright, here we are in game number 2. At the bottom left as the teal Zerg, we have SJ.Napoleon. At the bottom right as the blue Protoss, we have Reps Dewalt. And we have our yellow observer, Mr. John VVV.
Yes, we do indeed. I was kind of hoping one of them would be kind of beigey coloured, just so I could hear you say peach again. Makes me happy just to hear you say peach. That's just me. I think it's a great word, actually. Peach. Just, it feels good, you know?
Sure, yeah.
Do you not agree? Do you not like saying peach? Sometimes, yeah. You get those words which just feel good to the mouth.
All right.
Maybe it's just me with my accent.
There you go. Yeah, I don't have the cool accent, so what can I say?
No, you should try it. You can practice. Although you are still starting to sound a little bit British, I have to say.
I'm a little bit. It's rubbing off on me.
Yeah, it's sneaking in. I mean, maybe a lot of people don't notice it, but yeah, I'm starting to really hear it now.
Maybe one day I shall be as fancy as you, Elegant. That'll be pretty awesome.
Oh, we can only dream. Although variety is the spice of life.
Dude, but see, before I can do that, I need to like learn as many words as you know. Because even if I like sound a little bit like you, the vocabulary, man, it's just crazy. Dude, you should have a rap battle with Sir Jolt. That would be amazing. Guys, all right, am I right here? Oh, rap battle, Elegant versus Sir Jolt. I mean, the words flying in that would just blow your mind. Yeah,
it would be something awesome to watch. I mean, I don't know if I can best Sir Jolt. Sir Jolt's pretty good, although he does love commas, so it might be kind of a while in between each of his sentences, and I'd just be able to jump right in there, get some awesome words off. It would be, yeah, that would be my hacks.
Oh man, that'll be the day. Oh, Nexus first.
Yeah, we're getting super distracted by rap battles when there's actually a game of StarCraft going on in the middle of our screens right now. It looks like we are going to see Nexus first action because, of course, the probe is doing its darting around stuff, and it's been doing actually a pretty successful job of blocking the natural hatchery for going down for the Zerg player, so he throws it down in the mineral-only location instead, which might tell us something useful about the way this game is going to go, because, of course, mineral-only, no gas, so less tech, which could be a useful bit of information for our Pathos player.
Yeah, and he's actually gone for Gateway first as well, and this is very, very good. This is exactly what you want to do when you scout your opponent going for first hatch. I mean, he did get lucky with that first scout on the 4-player map, so going Nexus, Gateway 4, just basically as economic as you can usually get away with. Yeah, Dewalt's gotten exactly the opener that I think he wanted, or at least it's the best one he could have asked for, without doing something crazy. And meanwhile, his probe will still have an opportunity to actually block this third hatchery of the natural, so that's very, very nice for him. We can see that going on just now. And that's gonna be very annoying. And yeah, and to your point earlier about being there being a lack of gas, that obviously limits certain kinds of cheeses, like super fast mutas or something like that. So definitely allows the Protoss to play a bit more of a standard game, I think.
Yeah, that's great. It allows the Protoss player to be kind of smart, which is, of course, good. It allows him to kind of play to the way the game is going and kind of be very specific about the way he's treating the matchup. So I think that's important. Only now making up a couple of cannons, and they should be arriving just in time to meet those. Only 4 Zerglings that are coming at him, so he'll be just fine against that.
Yeah, and he's using the probe to kind of wiggle its tail at the lings as well and kind of distract them. So so the cannon's definitely going to be up in time. I think the Overlord being there, Napoleon kind of knew that given that this map is quite big and it takes a while to get between the bases, it would probably be fine anyway. So there's no point really sending the Zerglings over if the cannons will be finished in time. Might as well just chase this program, make sure your natural doesn't get blocked for too much longer. And it looks like he might get this probe. Yes, he does get the probe, but he's not doing anything crazy anyway. So so everything is all going as planned.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that probe really survived for a good long time, so he's got great scouting information. He was able to do lots of delaying of his Zerg opponents, so that probe was actually quite important in this. He does have his cybernetic score going down. Will we see the gas yet, or will he delay it? I'm quite curious to see how he's going to play this when he knows he's not facing down against a tech-heavy build. He could really just kind of throw it all in on a Speed Zealot style, which I wouldn't be too shocked to see, given that this is not an entirely favourable map for Protoss, and he should know that there is a Hydra Den already morphing in.
Yeah, and we have a lair as well. This is quite interesting. I'm wondering if we're going to see some kind of lurker drop or something like that. I mean, we did see that already on this map once before against... oh, that was the game against Drone, wasn't it? Against Liquid Drone.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so that'd be quite interesting, although, I don't know, I think a second gas would be far more telling. Oh, second gas? Lurker drop! Ah, oh, damn it, Drone! Damn it! God, what? You even went there. Why would you not? God, oh, man, seriously?
He's playing with you, so he's playing mind games. He's metagaming against the commentators.
This is terrible.
This is absolutely terrible, but Napoleon has reached a new level of messing with our minds right now. We do actually have some nice pressure coming in from 2 Zealots, and 2 Zealots are going to be able to deal plenty of damage to Sunken Colony, but it looks like they're going to get quite badly surrounded. They're going to have to retreat, at least to a more advantageous position. Those Zerglings are just going to be able to rip them to shreds if they hang around for the Sunken Colony as well, but the probe does manage to get way back into the main. Oh, and does scout the Hydra Den. Really good diligent scouting there from Dewalt. So he does see the Hydra Den. He should be able to keep that probe alive for a little bit longer. It looks like he's actually going to be unable to, which is slightly unfortunate, but he does already have the Citadel coming in. He's already got the Citadel in, getting the Templar Archives now as well, and hopefully he plays this quite nice and safe and just does a nice sensible reaction to what he knows is going to be a Hydra Burst. He knows this.
Okay, new prediction, Elegant, new prediction. He's going to use Lurkers to break down the back door. Yeah.
Are you saying that 100%? That's your prediction?
Well, I mean, he's not getting dropped, right? So what else is he going to do with the Lurkers? He could go for an early contain. Oh, wait, he's getting 4th hatchery. Okay, I take it back. He could contain. He could just contain. You know what? God damn it! I don't know what's going on. Whatever. he's making stuff that. Wait, what was the thing you said the other day? He's making stuff to defend his stuff. Yeah. Otherwise, he wouldn't have any more stuff. That's what's going on right now, guys. All right.
You have to have stuff to defend your other stuff. Otherwise, you don't have any stuff.
Exactly.
That's the way it goes. It looks like Dewalt actually knows pretty much what's possible right here. He's throwing down a cannon at the back. Of course, that cannon won't be in range to actually kill the Lurkers as they hack down the Side Disruptors. So one cannon wouldn't actually be enough if the Lurkers and Lings would start getting up that background. But it is a start, and it is going to do some good scouting information. Would be able to kill any Lings that were having a go at the Side Disruptors as well. So I guess it's good in that regard, and it's definitely useful scouting information to have. And meanwhile, we do have Zealot leg speed on the way. We have DTs being made as well. And the only Overlord out on the map is currently being chased away.
Yeah, and this is actually quite interesting because he's gotten this 4th base at the 9 o'clock, but if he doesn't have any speed overlords, I don't think he got overlord speed right now. He's not even getting it. So those Corsairs could, and the DT could easily deny that base, which would be extremely annoying for him. I mean, that's one of the things. When you go for Lurker, you know, your Hydras are unupgraded. You're generally, if you're not doing a Lurker drop, you're generally delaying your Overlord upgrade just to get super fast Lurkers, because they're very gas heavy, right? So you're quite actually vulnerable to this kind of very light CRDT harass. And I say light, but he's actually made 3 Corsairs, so going to be able to do quite a bit of damage there, I think, as long as he kind of pays attention and doesn't lose them to these unupgraded Hydras. Doesn't seem to be paying attention, though.
No, it's like he's not. And one Corsair maybe is going to go down. The DT is going to get sidetracked on its way over as well. I think it would be better off not killing the Hydra in the middle, and we're better off just going straight through. There are only, okay, there are a good number of Overlords in the Zerg's natural, but however, the left-hand side base is pretty much completely undefended. If a DT were to be able to get over there, then there's pretty much nothing that...
oh, he's going to try and trick it through, Elegant. He's going to try and push it through. He's trying to push it through. Don't kill the probe. No! Oh, that was such a good idea. And he can actually still do it because the probe's alive. Oh man,
Yeah.
basically what can happen, guys, is he can actually push the DT through the neutral buildings to sneak into the back. Oh, it might die though. Nope, it's gonna live. And that would be really annoying. But in the meantime, he is contained by 2 lurkers. Hopefully he's got a robo on the way. Oh no, it's already done. Alright, so he should be good to go.
Why isn't he scouting more effectively though? That left-hand side base, that 9 o'clock base, is just begging to be taken down. I don't know why he isn't checking that at least, because that'll be a free kill for him, and that's a big deal, big deal right now.
That is a pretty big mistake, but you know what? We've actually been seeing a lot of that, where players kind of miss opportunities to kill free expansions. But on the other hand, like, you know, obviously we're the observers, we're the commentators, so we can see everything that's going on. But obviously the players can't see anything, so it's easy for us to say, oh, you know, why don't you scout that base? But you know, for a player, it's not nearly so obvious. I mean, I just played a ladder game, you know, yesterday where a Terran actually took 2 hidden expos against me, so I was like, oh, I'm totally ahead in this game. Oh wait, no, I'm actually behind 2 bases. Oh wait, what? And then I lost a game that I basically thought I won, so that was quite embarrassing. Anyway. Wait, one of the lurkers died. How did that happen?
I have absolutely no idea. The DT is making its way over to the 9 o'clock base, but the overload speed is done, so that's going to get taken down quite easily now. A little bit earlier, and that would have been far more effective, but at least he now knows it's there. Interestingly, about what you were saying earlier, how it's easier for us as the observers, it is way easier for the observers. And that's, of course, one of the main benefits to watching your own replays, because it's so easy to spot mistakes from outside here, but when you're actually in the game, when you're playing it, it's quite unimaginable how many things you're actually having to do all the time just to keep everything ticking over. So it's hard to appreciate really how much these guys are having to do and how little things can kind of go under the radar.
Meanwhile, Zol drop in the back mineral only here, going to start harassing this mineral only. There's nothing to defend it. Aspire was actually newly planted. He might even be able to force a cancel on that with the Zealots once the drones run away. He just had a bunch of idle pros in his after. Looks like he's fixed that. He's actually going after the Hydrogen. I'm a little bit surprised. Hydrogen's very, very cheap, and it's got more HP than Aspire, so if anything, he should have focused on Aspire, but well, I guess he's going to kill it. He will kill the Den at least, but it's only like 100 minerals and 50 gas, so it's not the end of the world there. Meanwhile, it looks like the rest of the Hydra's getting a bit stuck here on the back to try and come back and help. And the shuttle's actually going back again, this time with a single High Templar in it as well. So could go for the Storm Drop here. Oh man, the drones have also just come back now, so this could be quite effective here. It looks like one of the drones, and its panic runs through the minerals. He only gets 2 drones though.
Dropping in more Zealots as well, an interesting choice. I don't think that's the best idea because he's definitely going to lose those Zealots pretty much for free. Not going to be able to take out a couple of Hydralisks with them, but he'd probably do best to just airlift them back out again and save them for later. But a decent enough storm drop right there. The High Templar does survive, which is of course what's important at this stage. And yeah, it just looks like we're going to see a big gateway explosion coming in from Dewalt, and he's just going to try and hammer home with a big army, which I can entirely see his logic in doing. But his window of opportunity isn't going to be that huge because things are going to start moving quite fast now, I would imagine, for Napoleon, as long as he's unpressured.
Yeah, but this is a pretty cool unit composition here. Mass Goon Templar. I mean, Goon Templar is actually a lot stronger than just like Mass Zealot Templar, but the problem is it's obviously very, very gas heavy, so usually you can't really afford it until you get 3 gas. In this case, he's still doing it off just the 2 gas, but his army's not particularly big. He should supplement that with some more Zealots, I think, although he is just kind of smashing Dragoons here, and mainly using the Zealots just to harass the space. He has thrown away quite a few Zealots already, but going in for another Storm Drop here, and is he going to drop the Templar? Storm! Oh, he storms the retreat path of the drones, gets only 3 once again, those slightly disappointing Storm Drops, but still doing little bits of damage, and more importantly, just annoying the Zerg harassing him. Look at this, the big Zerg Hydra army is trying to come back, but it's getting stuck at its own wall.
Yeah, Scourge coming out, managed to catch that shuttle. I was about to say it's important that the shuttle survive, but the shuttle does go down, so that's going to be it for now on that storm dropping harass. Meanwhile, it looks like we don't actually have Dragoon range in yet. I'm looking for the Cybernetic Escort. Okay, Dragoon range is nearly done, because until then, of course, those Dragoons are not going to be nearly as effective against Lurkers as they should be, and they're going to get quite badly clumped up, but the Dragoon range is now done. It's still a very, very concentrated army with very little in terms of speed zealot composition, so I think he'd do well to kind of just hold off for a little while and kind of save the engagement till later, but he has, if his positioning is good, he has a powerful army for the time being with which he can hold quite a significant portion of the map.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, the side pathways here are not particularly wide, so if, let's say he goes around the top, which is exactly what he's doing, and attacks the 9 o'clock, the Zerg might be forced into kind of a bad engagement here to defend that base, kind of running across this wide ramp here, or bridge, or whatever it is. So if you can get an engagement like that, that could go very, very well. In the meantime, he has expanded to the 6 o'clock as well, so even if this attack doesn't kill the base, once that base starts mining, he'll be on even basis with the Zerg, which is very good. But here we go, here's the attack here. Looks like he doesn't quite get the best position. There's a lot of Lurkers there, but not much support for the Lurkers and Dragoons. Very, very good against Lurkers. He's killing So many lurkers, Hydra's coming in, but they're coming in a line. They're running straight into the Psy Storm. Oh my god, a horrible engagement there for the Zerg. In the end, he lost all of his lurkers, those expensive lurkers. He's got more Hydras coming in from the back, but there's still High Templar available. It looks like most of them have used their energy, though. It looks like only one High Templar has energy for Storm Soul, but the others are still recharging energy, and there's so many Dragoons left. It looks like he's going for a counterattack, but Zealot reinforcements are coming in as well, so those Hydras will be stopped in their tracks.
Yeah, that was the very definition of a landslide engagement, in which in one good engagement, if your positioning is good, you can actually win the game straight up just by sheer brute force and better micro. I mean, we saw Napoleon get himself stuck into a really rather nasty position right there. His lurkers were clumped. He had a terrible, terrible arc of engagement. It really wasn't good at all, and so he was against so many storms and such a high concentration of Dragoons. He really had no hope unless his positioning was significantly better than that. But he rushed into a defensive position, and I think he is going to have an impossible time of holding out here. GG!
Dewalt evens up the series 1-1.
Wow.
And is not leaving the game.
He just likes to hang around
wants
and
to kill
stuff. Okay, there you go.
Oh man. I mean, you know, might as well. The other guy left, doesn't mean you have to leave. Let's get more kills, man. Get like a 50 kill Dragoon, just for lulz.
Yeah, why on earth not, indeed. But yeah, that was just the perfect example of how position, if that goes down, then it doesn't matter how many lurkers and hydras you have, you can just lose everything in one fell swoop, including a significant portion of your economy as well if you're currently defending a base. And that was really, really nasty engagement right there, which immediately just completely turned the tide of the entire game. But it was well timed as well from Dewalt. He knew that he had a point which he needed to hit where the Zerg was going to be weak, and he really capitalized on it.
And it's very interesting because, like, Electric Circuit, the map in general is actually very, very big. Like, you have a lot of space, and you have a ton of space in your main. It's a big, wide open center. You know, it's a huge distance between the mains. So normally you'd think, you know, Zerg should have a fairly easy time getting a good arc, getting a good surround, good engagement. But then actually, if you play on that map, you realize that there's a lot of corridors, like, along the sides of the map. So the middle is very wide open. But there's corridors along the sides where if you engage in that kind of position, you can actually end up being funneled, and then because there's like bits of impassable ground, it's not actually as wide as you might think. So I think maybe Napoleon got caught a bit off guard there. It was like he thought he could get a better position than he could, but actually because he was forced to defend that 9 o'clock base, he just kind of ran all his units in, and then that was that.
Well, who was it who we saw earlier on in the tournament who just got funneled so horribly? I think it was on that very map, but just trying to cross hydras over those bridges and just got stormed to hell. Was it?
That was one of the ZVPs.
Yeah, but it was nasty and
whatever.
Yeah, it can go so wrong.
So many Zergs get owned by Protoss. I wish.
Yeah.
Anyway. We're going to do a quick break and then come back for the third and deciding game of this best of 3. The winner of the next game advances to the finals and qualifies for the TLS, so it's pretty important.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this, guys.
Alright, BRB.